My name is Brittny Ferguson, and I am a graduate of UAGC, and I earned my MBA with a concentration in organizational leadership. I was raised for the most part by my mom. My mom being a single mom, full-time working parent. She wasn't the poorest or anything like that, right? But we weren't really well off. I believe I was 12. The house that I had lived in my entire life caught fire. We had a really bad electrical fire. Being on the street, standing outside in front of our house and looking at it go up in flames, we lost everything. And that was the very first time in my life that I was on the receiving end of volunteerism and the power of that. And so for me, that was the spark. And that really was the thing that led me to value the power of volunteering and giving back and paying it forward and making community possible. But everything that I had witnessed my mom do, watching her never give up, just seeing her continuously persevere through any challenge that came her way has continuously inspired me. So when I'm down on myself or having a bad day or I have a challenge, I think about her. She persevered through, and so I can too. Being pregnant my senior year was not part of the plan because I initially wanted to get my master's right after graduating with my bachelor's. And of course, there were responsibilities that came with being a mom, and then of course, becoming a single mom shortly after I had her was also not in the plan. With that came a desire to just try something new. So I had decided at that point, let's make a move. And I knew, based on everything that I had witnessed my mom do, I felt confident, that I would be able to move across the country, with my little one in tow. Let's do this. And so, we came to San Diego, and I've been here ever since. And it was probably the best decision that I ever could have made. I knew how it felt to start over, being pregnant in college and having a baby at a very young age. I had to start over. Moving across the country, not knowing anyone, having to figure life out again, right? That's a new story. I had to pivot. Personally, it showed me that I was more powerful than I really knew. And that I also, similar to my mom, could persevere through anything. You can figure it out. You can figure it out. And so I got back in touch with what was most important to me and pursued a career intentionally that allowed me to be the best parent that I could be. And so when I got a job with a new company, they really said, hey, what is it that you're passionate about? How can we support what you want to do outside of your day-to-day job role? So I'm here today to help to be kind of, a support system for you guys to serve as a mentor. I had started volunteering with Junior Achievement on my own, doing financial literacy. I was able to get some of my colleagues involved in that. And it grew, and that was really powerful to see because there were so many more of us giving back. And so I was like, wow, I could influence people that are also passionate about the things that I love by just talking about it, by just introducing them to certain things that they're not currently doing that I've been engaged in on my own. And that means a lot. So that's been a blessing to pursue. Deciding to go ahead and pursue getting my master's so many years later was because I had reached a point where I wanted more for myself, and I wanted my daughter to see me as an example. We don't give up, we continue to pursue goals that are important to us to help us be our best selves. And there's so many different things that you can learn from others and by embarking upon new journeys. And so, having my fiance, having, his children, it gives me a new ability, right? To help them pursue their goals and dreams and aspirations, similar to myself. So now I don't just have my daughter anymore that I'm trying to do this for, right? Or people within the community, now it's on a personal level as well with my new family. We all have a responsibility to give back, to be of service to others, right? To pay it forward. I value it immensely, right? And I think that that's why I'm here. I mean, if I'm not here to serve others, right, and to give back, like what on earth am I here for? I really need to be making a positive difference in the lives of others and in everything that I do. And so, that was the start for me, but it has continuously led me to this day.